moment to celebrate the end of gay pride. So it's just back to a regular month, you know? It's too long. I'm just coming out and saying as a big supporter of the gays, it's just too long. And your parades need to be a little reined in or later. You can't expect someone to bring the whole family at 1 a.m. for the gimps. You just can't. You just can't do it. And I think that's why we're seeing obviously such a big backlash, because ordinary people like me are just privately in their head going, rein it in. Okay, they don't want to listen to reining it in because, they just scream activism. Okay, so then take it all away. Just turn this place in Afghanistan for like a couple of years till people get the message that they had it good. Sometimes you got to send a message to so people can realize what they have. You don't know how good you had it until it's taken away. And then they go, oh, maybe we should have been a little bit more conservative about the rollout of freedom. The rollout of freedom has to be a little bit more responsible. I mean, the gay marriage bill's been a long time now, right? What are we talking? Over 10 years. It's over 10 years. Put the gimps back in the fucking chests in the basement. The gimps got to go back into the basement. They got to go back into the dungeons. All right? You can't have those be your foot soldiers. Those are not your PR foot soldiers. Who's your PR foot soldier? Who's a good conservative gay? Doogie Howser. Put Doogie Howser out there drinking a goddamn Heineken in a J. Crew outfit, waving JFK style with his boyfriend. Lance Bass out there doing scare pranks on TikTok with his boyfriend in his monogamous relationship with his bottom. Those guys switch for sure. That's more of a switch hitter situation. Throw him out there. Throw him out there. I want to see Tim Dillon on a float, waving an American flag. That's what I want to see. That will continue the acceptance that the gay rights movement had won in the early 2010s, whatever it was. That's what that would do. Doogie Howser and Tim Dillon, hand in hand, ushering in the acceptance of gay rights in America. That's what we need. That's what we need to stop this black. And the biggest reason why it makes me cringe the whole month is because I just am aware of the backlash. I'm aware of how this is being perceived, by the people who don't morally agree with it, or who kind of just kind of don't say, I don't care, but just keep it to yourself. This is it's like a little too flaunting. It's like winning the Civil War. It's the same mistake the North made. It's the same mistake that the Allied powers made. You punish too much. Too much. You want, when you win, you lift your opponent up, and you lift your opponent up by having just a guy fully clothed marching. The same way the North should have lifted up the South instead of punishing them after the Civil War. The same way the Allies should have done more of a Marshall Plan in Germany instead of just punishing them for World War I. They deserved it, don't get me wrong. But they should have just lifted them up a little more after World War I. That's what you got to do. When you beat someone, you don't dance over the body. You have some tact. In the UFC, you don't knock someone out and then start flaunting it. You already won. Take it easy. When you're right, you just silently go, yes, like Napoleon Dynamite's brother or cousin or whoever it was. Yes, you just do one of those. Yes, and then you move on privately. You move on.